Welcome into Rob Wright's Next Pop Culture, and I'm going to give you my spoiler-free review of Alien Romulus. I did a short video with my initial reaction, so check that out if you get a second, because it's only about a minute long. This one's going to be a little bit longer, and I'll go into more details about it. Overall, I was disappointed with this movie. I thought it could have been much better. I give it probably a 5 out of 10, and that's being somewhat generous. Let me go into a couple of reasons why. Okay, so uh, the overall plot of the movie, I think, is very flat. I think part of the reason is you explain a little bit of the purpose, but you don't add any kind of elements of suspense to it. Um, it's basically these people that are trying to get off this planet and go somewhere else, and they go to a lab in space that's dormant. That's all I'm going to give away. That's pretty much what the trailer gives you. But you don't really establish a little bit more of their world. You establish two characters in there, which are probably the two most interesting characters in the whole movie. But you don't really establish the rest of the crew very well. You establish the bully, and you find out why, but it still falls flat. You have the one character that's kind of interesting, but at the same time, you're sitting there going, how does an android act like that? So you got lots of questions at the beginning of the movie, and there's not enough around it to really give you the sense of purpose of why they're all trying to escape. They tell you why, but it's just kind of flat. They needed more at the beginning. They needed to have something else to it that would give you an idea. You've got this space station that's dormant. You find out why, but you don't find out enough. I mean, you're sitting there going, wait a minute. There's a dormant space station. Wouldn't there be a warning or something on it? There's not a whole lot to that. And that falls flat too. What they're going after in the space station, okay, that's interesting. That has a little bit of purpose, but there's not enough to it. The middle of the movie is probably the best part. It's where you have all the alien action. They do bring back the xenomorphs. They do bring back the face huggers. Those are some cool action sequences. There's a zero-G element to it at one point that's kind of interesting and kind of cool. It has elements of Alien and Aliens, and it has a big throwback to the original Alien movie, but I'm not going to give it away here because that would be spoilers. And it does take place in between Alien and Aliens. So they do give you that time frame. The other aspect of it is that I don't know, I didn't feel anything for the characters except for one or two of them. For example, in Aliens, they introduce you to the military group. They establish, who this character is, what they do, some of the relationships within the group, why they're going where they're going, what their specialties are, who they are and what they do, so that when you see them go into the alien planet and go in to try and rescue the colonists and aliens, you get a feel for them and you feel something for some of them when they pass away in Aliens. In this movie, they don't do enough of that, and that's part of the reason why it falls flat for me, especially the beginning part. Now, it does have some cool alien action, which will keep you a little bit on the edge of your seat. Will give you kind of the feels of the first two Aliens movies, but it does still have some elements of Alien 3, Alien 4, and Prometheus. There's a huge tie to Prometheus in this movie, and I didn't think that movie was very good either. And this one kind of almost is a pseudo sequel to it in a way. The ending of the movie is very flat. It reminded me of Alien 4 and elements of Prometheus again. It just didn't really do anything for me. It didn't make me feel for the characters. There were a couple of scenes that were interesting, that were cool that they did. But it just overall, I don't think it was a very good movie. It's about like I said, it's about a 5 for me. And that's on the generous side. Now, it is entertaining. It does have good pacing to it. it does bring back the xenomorphs and the face huggers, and that's cool. They do some really cool stuff that you're familiar with other alien movies, which I love. But other than that, it doesn't grab you the way it should. This should have been more of a suspenseful. Hey, are they going to get out? Are they going to do this? It should have given you a little bit more backstory so that you would care about the characters and the reasons why they're wanting to leave. It tells you why, but it doesn't really give you enough of the feels for it. The other aspect is I think they're trying to appeal to a younger audience with younger characters, kids that are in like their late teens, early 20s, which I don't have a problem with the age of the characters, but add some depth to them. Give me more of their backstory. Give me a reason why they're able to get a ship and go up in space to try and leave. Tell me more of that so that I have more of a feeling when they, encounter these aliens. That would have done a whole lot more for me. The ending, I, I just, I don't like the train that Prometheus went on, and it kind of ties hugely into Prometheus, and that's why the ending just doesn't work for me. There's a huge, almost Alien 4 esque part of the ending that I didn't like either, which just made me go, really, and you're doing some of the same things. Uh, I think that the story could have been much better. I don't think the writing was very good. I think the characters, uh, a couple of them were really solid. They're like one or two solid characters, which I'll give them that. But the rest of them fall flat, and you don't care about them as much. And then the situation, I sit there. I'm like, what are you doing? Get out of there! Don't do this. Go away. Leave. This is not the right thing. And then you have the reaction of a couple of other characters where you're sitting there going, well, that's irrational. Why is he doing that? You just sit there and you go, what? So overall, I would say, folks, wait for this to come out on streaming or on video to watch it. I don't think it's worth going to see in the movie theater. Like I said, it just falls flat, and there's not much to it. The middle parts of it are kind of cool. Like I said, some really cool scenes. Love the anti-gravity stuff. Love seeing the xenomorph go in and do their thing. And I like seeing the face huggers do their thing. But the rest of it is just not very good. I do like a lot of the nods to the very first Alien movie. That was kind of interesting. Particularly, there's a character from that that they really do reference and kind of show. But other than that, there's nothing more to this. And just so you know, one little spoiler: Sigourney Weaver's not in this movie, and I'm glad she's not, because I love Ripley as a character, and I don't need her reincarnated or put in this movie at all. So, folks, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Alien Romulus falls flat on its face for me. It's not a good movie, but wanted to let you guys know the full story and the full scoop of it. And hopefully we can find another good movie coming out soon. Beetlejuice comes out, and I'll review it on this channel as well, because I love the original. So stay tuned. Also, tell me what you thought of the movie. If you went and saw it, tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Let's have a good conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.